we just look at a little bit of the playing styles, first of all, what would you expect from Sabatini tonight as far as an approach to this match?
Vicious topspin always, without any question. But she has a good all-court game, and I think she'll be trying to go to net against someone like Meskhi. There it is. She's an all-court player. Her backhand down the line, I think, is absolutely phenomenal. And her only weakness probably is her second serve, and I think she could be more efficient. I know that Carlos is working on her footwork, Kumar, and I think it's starting to show. It looks like she's dropped some weight, and her body fat looks lower.
As she has gotten older, has she moved the court better? Older by tennis standards.
No, I think that's really what's kept her back from being in that top 2 or 3. I think that's the difference, is her mobility and inefficiency, always going backwards on every shot.
Thirty all as we look at scouting report on Leila Meskhi.
Good ground strokes, probably her backhand better than her forehand. Excellent on strategy. She plays with inner self. We've talked about her getting better as far as her conditioning. Second serve there, but I probably have to say first and second serve. That's really the one area that she would like to have more power.
I agree with you there, Billie Jean. She needs a more powerful serve. I think one of the big reasons that Gabby hasn't moved up into the top, she's kind of stayed where she is, round number 5, is because she doesn't have a huge weapon. She doesn't have that huge weapon like a Steffi Graf does, or, you know, you need that weapon to get to the top. She kind of wears her opponent down.
Really hitting out in that first game, but she is broken by Sabatini. Stadium Court, U.S. Open. Gabriela Sabatini serving up a break. Quarterfinals, the winner meets Mary Jo Fernandez in the semis. Is Meskhi 15 love. So look at the group with Gabriela Sabatini.
Well, the coach is on the far right. That's Carlos Kumar. He was an excellent player himself. He's a very smart player, and I think that's where he's going to help Sabatini. Also, he has a very nice personality. You know, you like him. You want to play for him. And that's what she needs, I think.
Double fault. Is Meskhi strictly a baseliner as we look at her group?
Well, you see Olga Morozova in the green cap, and she's been helping. Kukulia is back in the Soviet Union. Now Meskhi's going to use all of the court. That's what she does well. She's close to the line. She changes the pace. She's thinking all the time. Maybe that's because her dad's an engineer and her mother's a doctor. I don't know. But
she seems to play within herself, which is so important. She knows her limitations.
Sabatini starting with a break, and now Meskhi has 2 break points.
Meskhi's about 5'4" and much slighter. She has a much lighter build than Sabatini, who's at least 5'8".
Well, that's very frustrating, I'm sure, for Sabatini to start with a break and give it right back.
Talked to Dick Dell before the match, and he said that even though Gabby was winning so easily in her first few matches, or actually all of the matches here, she was really mostly pleased with the last one, and he didn't even think she played that well in her first few rounds.
Well, there's Jim Lair, who's now helping Sabatini. He has his doctorate in sports psychology.
Would it be fair to say that Sabatini works more now on bringing a match plan with her?
Oh, I think so. The one thing that Carlos has been trying to get her to do is practice with more intensity. He's finding that's the most difficult area.
Gabriela hits that topspin so high, it's over Leila's head. The only thing she can do is lob. Gabriela takes advantage of it, places the volley away.
Earlier on that point, though, Meskhi had an opportunity to come in, and she didn't. And Gabriela really knew that and took advantage of it as well.
15-30. First time she's ever been to the quarterfinals in a Grand Slam event.
It's very exciting for players to start making progress in a big way.
Coming to net twice in the same point.
Meskhi actually can do it all because she can hit hard off the ground as well as underspin on the volley. She's very versatile.
That would tend to contradict some of the scouting reports we got on her, isn't it? Coming to net?
Yeah, I think you have to pick select times to come to the net, especially after her aggressive ground strokes.
40-30.
Gabriela is having a little trouble finding her forehand. And in the first game of the match, when Gabriela broke Meskhi missed 3 forehands or unforced errors. So both women having a little more trouble on the forehand side. Another mistake. Meskhi again got Gabriela pinned in that forehand corner. Gabriela sends up a lob, and Meskhi allows it to bounce and just lets Gabriela regain position. It's like buying time. That's why you do lob a lot of times on a defensive lob. But Meskhi needs to go forward and hit that ball in the air.
It's also interesting she ran around her forehand on twice this game on those shots and hit a backhand. Gabriela gets that excessive topspin. The racket rolls right over the top of the ball. There was the lob that she had hit. Nice slice backhand. She has a lot of variety in her game.
Now has a break point. We've had 3 breaks of serve to start this match. 17 leads 2-1. Our quarterfinal match on Stadium.
See it all? You've been out there?
No, I haven't been watching, actually.
Well, look at one point. Look at one point and size some things up for us. All right, I tell you what, just let's look ahead. Who do you pick in the match? Sabatini,
well, I think you have to go with Sabatini because she's been in the finals here 2 years ago, and she's more of a pressure player. I think she's been in this situation before, and
she's playing awfully well.
She's playing really well, and if it gets close, I think she'll come out on top. But Meskhi's a really good player, so you can't count her off.
Okay, thank you very much, Gigi Fernandez. Let's go back up to the booth to Ted.
Thank you.
And here's Sabatini at 40-30. We've had 3 breaks of serve thus far.
Sabatini got in trouble there because she didn't commit herself. When you decide to go in, you have to decide to go in a little bit earlier. Can't get stuck in between the baseline and the service line.
How would you rate her serve, Sabatini's?
I think it's very under par for as strong as she is physically. And that's the one area I think that she could improve in immensely. She doesn't rotate her shoulders through at all. She just stops.
Sabatini with the advantage. Does all of the topspin that she uses, does that have a downside?
Well, it does if she hits the ball short, because if the player can come in and hit the ball about shoulder level and it's short in the court, they can put Sabatini in trouble. She's most effective when she has that excessive topspin and it lands near the baseline. That
was a perfect lob from Meskhi. She hit it straight down the line, which gave Sabatini no time. This is the shortest distance. Wasn't that high, so Sabatini had to really get going and was not ready in time, did not prepare. Excellent. Low to high. Look at her still. Watch the ball and get back in position. Sometimes when we're playing and we hit a lob, we just keep looking at our wonderful lob. We stop to, we don't move. So it's important to, after you hit your lob, get in position and keep tracking the ball.
It's a terrible habit we humans have in all sports. No matter what we do, we like to watch what we do.
We like to see good results.
When the ball is landing so deep on Meskhi's side, she has two choices, either to step into the court a little bit and short hop it, hit it on the rise, or to move back about 4 or 5 feet and drive the ball. The first one is more offensive. It's better to do, but it's also very difficult. She has a great backhand down the line. She stays down. She stayed down with that backhand so well. The ball was a little bit short. Gabby came in. Meskhi was able to get on balance and step through the ball. Everything going straight down the line. Beautiful shot.
Good reaction, too. Clenched fist, positive attitude. It's very important for this next point to carry that over.
Talk about walking the line.
This game is going to end up being very vital, I think, after the match, looking back. We're at 4 deuces now. You know, this is Meskhi really trying to make her mark. Interesting. Look how close Meskhi is inside the baseline.
You make a good point, Billy, I think, about her serve, especially Gabriela Sabatini's second serve. She just really puffs that ball in there.
She does. Her technique is really suspect. She has a hitch where she stops the racket face. You want to gather momentum with your racket face. You want to start slowly and keep it going. Pancho Gonzalez used to tell me, don't you stop. Cool. Well, Meskhi's a good competitor, and this is showing up already in this game.
The 5th deuce point.
Look at her getting focused, looking down, narrow field of vision. for Morozova. Not only was she the Soviet tennis coach, she was a finalist at Wimbledon in 1974 where she lost to Chris Evert. And I used to hate to play her. She had my number so badly, I cannot tell you.
First Soviet win. She beat you in Philadelphia, isn't that right?
Yeah, the big Virginia Slims tournament. Right, she was the first Soviet woman ever did that. Oh, same year. Thanks a lot, Ted.
One thing that Meskhi can do nothing about is her height, and that cost her the point.
That's true, but that was a short approach, and that's the reason Sabatini was able to make it. Because here you see the reaction saying, oh, I don't think I'm going to be able to reach this one. Not too happy. Beautiful touch off the backhand from Gabriela. Vamonos.
What a game that was, and Sabatini holds the first time somebody in the match has done that.
She has that number.
15 love.
She bends down so well on that shot.
That's right, Tracy. Also, Sabatini, that's her favorite backhand as well, but down the line. Meskhi doesn't like that ball. Give me another one. Give me one that has an ace in it, she says.
Give me one with more power.
You got it.
She lost in the light there.
I think she did. I think you're right, Tracy.
She looks up and just about completely whips this ball.
At least you can smile about it.
Smart play by Sabatini. When you're in trouble, throw up a high, high lob. Give yourself enough time to get back into the point.
Beautiful. She just kills that ball on the first bounce.
Yeah, she puts a lot of backspin on it. That's what golfers do when they're hitting to the green, so it'll sit.
They only left one thing off that list. She says her favorite car is a red Mercedes.
Yeah, her favorite movie is Pretty Woman, and her favorite music person is Madonna.
She said she also likes to watch water polo and basketball.
Water polo?
She likes to watch them, though.
Wow.
She plays enough tennis. She thinks she's active enough. She wants to watch everybody else do it.
And Meskhi holds her serve, but Sabatini is up a break in the first set.
Love watching Pete Sampras play.
Pete actually grew up at my club. He was little Petey to me, and now he's so big.
Does it feel good to be able to call somebody else Little Petey, Gracie? Is that nice?
He'll probably kill me now.
Well, I saw Tracy when she was 3 years old.
Great anticipation by Meskhi. She knew where that overhead was going to go. She used that great backhand down the line that she's used so many times in this match before. She's there. She stays down, and look how close it was to the baseline. What a shot.
That was a foul ball from Sabatini up here in the nosebleed section.
Traditionally, New Yorkers are a late arriving crowd, and that is holding true tonight. A lot of folks just filing in.
Which areas are early or on time?
Oh, Midwesterners.
Minnesota?
Minnesotans. On time.
15 all.
Good year on hard courts for Sabatini. As you mentioned, Billy, 3 wins over Jennifer Capriati.
It's amazing. When she's going to play Jennifer, her intensity level goes up so much. And I said to her after the match one time, I said, this is what you have to play every match. She's so much better.
Sabatini with the 1 win this year. 4 times she's been to the semifinals, including Wimbledon, where she lost to Navratilova.
Great. One sideline to the other. She's finding the line like a magnet here.
15.
And watch this angle. Not only is it a great cross court, but it's an angle. She comes in, hits this ball on the rise, doesn't give Gabby any time to even react to the ball. Comes in, perfect. All her weight leaning forward with a perfect winner.
Look how high her point of contact was. She did great. She got some power behind that one, like Tracy said. Didn't give Gabby any time. Gabby also lost to Martina Navratilova in the semifinals of the Italian Open, which was an unbelievable match. I was there. That's what Meskhi should be doing all the time off of Gabby's serve, and not let Gabby even get into a rally.
Now, that's the first time I've seen video games pop up in the U.S. Open, and it's about time, don't you think?
Absolutely. You know they're all love them.
I know. It's nice somebody admits it. Well, last year these two met here at the U.S. Open in the second round, and Sabatini won it 2-love. Well, far different match developing here tonight.
Photography during play. Thank you.
We've had 4 breaks in 6 games.
The last Soviet woman player to get to the quarters was Shevchenko in '88, and she played Gabriela Sabatini, lost 6-1 in the third.
It's the right play, though. She needs to come in and take advantage of those strong ground strokes. And I hope this doesn't make her not want to come in, because it's the right thing to do, to come in and take that ball out of the air. But there you see her racket head pulled up just a little bit too much.
Well, that's an outstanding record for Meskhi on hard courts this year.
Well, both these players like to be out here. Well, you can see why. Good, consistent bounces.
40.
Meskhi's tournament win in Auckland was on hard courts. And she lost to Steffi Graf at the Australian after winning 2 rounds.
Meskhi's excellent at changing the direction of the ball, especially off of a cross court. She can get down the line well. And that's something I look for when I watch youngsters play or any player, because if you're going to go up in the rankings, that is the one thing you have to be able to do. If you can only hit cross court all the time, the top players will really hurt you because they can change the direction.
Sabatini on the break point just missed.
Gabby tries to take advantage of the short second serve. Look how far in she is. She goes for the big winner. They call it out.
That's out. And Sabatini has the break. The serve hasn't meant much in this first set. Players in the big wins for Leila Meskhi. See, she's got 8 of them in the last 2 years.
She also won the Nashville tournament over Mileva. But you can see that she's just had excellent wins, and she's slowly but surely doing better and better since '88 U.S. Open, where she beat Shriver.
We've had 5 breaks of serve in the 7 games played.
We don't want to give Sabatini a backhand volley. I think her backhand volley is far superior to her forehand volley. She played right into it on that particular short lob. So Sabatini was in great position to put it away. Of course, Sabatini didn't hit that hard, but placed it well. And of course, Jim Lehrer, the sports psychologist, has been helping her. And every time she wins, you're supposed to clench your fist, be positive, keeping your intensity going. There's Dr. Jim Lehrer.
Would you have liked to have had a sports psychologist when you were playing?
I would have loved it.
Really?
Oh, I think it would help me so much because I'm a hothead like McEnroe. And just think how much better you can be if you have that intensity, if you learn to direct it properly.
That's the key right there. Directing it properly.
Would it have made a difference for you, Tracy?
I don't think so. I really don't. I think my mental side was good. It was my physical side that I had trouble with. I think Arnold Schwarzenegger maybe could have helped me.
Body by Arnold, right?
That's their double fault from Sabatini.
40-15.
That's the play. She can keep it to Gabriela's forehand. Oh, Gabriela thinks it was out. Well, Gabriela said to the umpire, Tom Cook, that was outside the line. So we get a second look at it to see if we think it's outside the line or not. Well, nice screenplay, Gabriela.
And she probably screened Tom Cook's view of it as well.
There you saw Meskhi's one of her best shots again, that backhand down the line. And again, Billie Jean, that was a change of direction. Great shot. Great hustle. She's a fighter too, clenching her fist.
Tim Kokoya's been making her sprint over this last year, and boy, did it come in handy here. Look at her takeoff with all she's got. Gliding nicely. Excellent racket work. She knew where the racket was. That's what's difficult on those shots. Look at great reaction. Very positive as well. Olga happy with that one.
Well, this game, one that Meskhi really needs to stay in the set. Yeah, he knows that too, and now it's a break point.
Well, Carlos Kiermaier has been out there himself. He knows how tough it is. He just can't believe what's happening in front of him. This is exactly Olga Morozo's game plan. Try to stay even with her, stay close to her in the score. And Olga's reasoning is that if you can keep the score close, Sabatini is slowly but surely going to start feeling some pressure herself. You know, just stay even, make her happy to hit some really great shots.
Often the player who's used to winning easily has trouble when the matches get tight.
Olga really wanted Meskhi to get out of the blocks early in the set. Stay with her. Don't let Sabatini get a big lead so he can just steamroll you.
I agree with that. Don't let her get that confidence. Make her play. Make her think. Make her feel the pressure. Just like that. There was an unforced error on her forehand at deuce, and then a double fault. Her fourth double fault on a break point down.
This is astonishing. You don't see this often. We've had 8 games in singles and 6 breaks of serve.
Well, when you have two players who really rely on their return serve more than their serve, this can happen quite often. The games have been close.
They're happy at the Russian boss over there.
Yeah, there's Katya Morozova who's doing high fives.
Now here, Meskhi got to set up for this forehand passer right here. She's on balance. She got to choose which side she wanted to go to. Straight through. Racket high to low, or low to high. You know, Gabby, right there, that showed where the top spin wasn't effective enough. She tried to use that top spin angle, and it didn't have enough sting on the ball, so Meskhi was able to come in and hit it great down the line and set up that volley. If you're going to try that shot, you have to make sure that it's just about a winner.
Cameraman Bob Michelson in the MetLife blimp. We'll watch this 30 love point.
Well, you can see the pattern and how they use the court here.
How do you play when it spins like that, though? Wow, you have to have good vertigo to do that, Bob. You're outstanding. Tennis on the merry-go-round.
Great lob by Sabatini. Meskhi came in and hit her shot down the middle, trying to cut out Sabatini's angle. But watch this lob. When it goes over with that topspin, she knows she has no chance. She whips the racket head over the ball. There's that positive statement at the end.
30 all.
Little topspin there, Billie Jean. Of course, if she had hit the ball deep cross court, it wouldn't have worked. It was that nice little angle that works so well. Gabby comes in, and it's not quite strong enough. She used that little topspin angle to pass her.
I don't think Sabatini knew where that one was going. She didn't read it at all. In fact, I thought she thought it was going to go down the line the way she reacted. I think Meskhi is very deceptive. Meskhi is such a great competitor. She just about hit her toes there. You will get to see right after here. She misses this. She covered the ball. Ow!
Oh. She's definitely trying to make Sabatini run, though. You can see that. Swinging her like a pendulum.
She is.
It's tough to time that topspin right every time. That one she pulled down on it.
You're right. It's not that easy. You got to catch the ball when it's still traveling upwards.
Meskhi is a very smart player, and I think, Billie Jean, she's had to be, because as we spoke about before, she's not a very big person, not so powerful, so she has to play with her strategy. She has to play within her game and know the right shots to try at the right time.
Well, one thing she has, and that's accuracy.
There's no question Sabatini has not been able to overpower her yet. Meskhi leads 5-4. First set, Stadium Court at the U.S. Open. Blimp tonight being piloted by captains Joe Whalen and John McGuire. Another glorious night to look in over the tennis center. And Gabriela Sabatini is in her first battle of this U.S. Open. In the quarterfinals, Leila Meskhi. Mentioned earlier that Sabatini, Tracy, doesn't have a weapon. Does Meskhi have a weapon?
Well, I think her biggest weapon is her accuracy, and she plays within herself, and she's consistent out there. She's a tough competitor, concentrates very well, and she's moving Gabriela Sabatini around the court, waiting for the right opportunity to go for the winner. And Sabatini, as we talked about, isn't really hurting Meskhi in any way.
Meskhi is held twice, Sabatini once. Meskhi has won 16 of 33 points on her serve, and Sabatini 15 of 38.
Ooh, that's
So,
like 40%.
it's not good.
Meskhi's 2 points from the set. Now, the seasons have changed, and fall is coming. A gorgeous night and a beautiful view from the MetLife blimp.
I wonder, there's Snoopy. My favorite.
15:30.
Gabriela hit a nice slice there, stayed down very low, and Meskhi didn't quite get up enough to the ball, and she reached out.
I don't understand why Meskhi, when she hits that deep shot to the forehand, she should be in. She's made that mistake about 4 or 5 times tonight. Can you imagine? She could have closed this out, at least this first set.
Well, Billie Jean, you would have been in at least 20 times by now.
Oh, that's different. I don't expect her to, but on that shot, she needs to.
Wow. An hour, and we're just in the 10th game. And Sabatini played a couple of good points here. She was at love 30. Now it's 40-30. She's been so effective on that shot. Deep to the forehand. This is the one. Get in. She still hesitated. That wasn't a very good shot, really, to allow Sabatini to get to it. But that's the appropriate thing to do, is to keep going forward when you see someone running backwards and reaching up and hitting up high. Excellent. Can you believe it, she says. Oh, that is pure pain. A lot of energy expended on a lost point. And it's deuce. And now, young Leila Meskhi has those Tough points to win at the U.S. Open on Stadium Court. Set point.
What do you think is important for Meskhi here?
To stay with her game. People tend to, at this point, just try to play it safe. And this, you have to play aggressive and play the way that you got here.
It's great.
Play that same way. Ooh.
Well, Sabatini, by maybe a fraction of an inch, stayed in that set.
There's a somewhat of a mishit from Sabatini, but she saw that the ball was going to be short. Excellent.
That miss hit just hit the line.
For such a long point. The ball wasn't very far over the net, and Meskhi didn't move up that 2 or 3 feet that she needed to. She let the ball get down to her shoelaces, kind of scooped it into the net. Easy to do. Such a pressure point that your feet don't move as easily. Sabatini has 17. 2 more than Meskhi.
Close set.
It has been a war. And it's just the first set.
Very quick. Watch this. Right away, she's on it. She gets that drop shot almost when it's above the net. Great shot and sets up a great overhead. Put it anywhere she wanted to.
Well, that overhead is better than she hit earlier. She whiffed one and missed hit the other.
Now this becomes a mind game here. Who's going to stay in the point longer? Who's going to concentrate that extra 1 or 2 shots?
Look at the perspiration on both players. You know this is a tight match. Just looking at the expression on their faces as well. Look at the focus of their eyes. There's Jim Lehrer, sports psychologist on the left. Carlos Camara, the new coach since after the French.
All of a sudden, she served and volleyed. And that took guts. And it worked.
5-all.
Now watch this. This is the first time in the match that she goes into the net. Surprise tactic. Hits a nice volley and sets up the overhead. I think it's... No! There's that positive reaction. The surprise tactic is a good thing. Leila wasn't expecting that.
Well, Meskhi feels she has a very good overhead. In fact, she feels it's one of her strengths. So I think what's happened in the beginning of the set, you know, 17 could see she was having trouble with her overhead. Well, I think she's straightened that out now. She's not as nervous. She's totally in this match. So it's probably not a very good tactic.
And she's gotten used to the light.
Such a battle for Sabatini to hold her serve. She'd like to make Meskhi work a little bit. And by this time, in her first couple of matches, Steffi Graf was showered on her way home. An hour and 8 minutes, and we're still in the first set.
Gabby's upset with herself because she didn't move out far enough, and the ball kind of took a hop. At the last second, she had to jerk at it and force the air. Got to keep adjusting those feet the last second.
Terrible struggle for Sabatini to hold, and then Meskhi comes back and holds at, I hope, was it dubbed?
Yes, it was.
Nicholson in Japanese. Now that would be something. I'd love to hear that.
It's a great movie. I love Jack Nicholson. One of my all-time favorites.
Make him a tennis fan.
He is. Besides being a...
L.A. Laker fan.
You're not kidding. Nightly. Well, Sabatini definitely is going to come to net now. She's changed. Look at that first serve percentage, 71. But look at this. Winning on her first serve, 44%. That is shocking. And second serve is 50. She's winning more on second serves than first serves. That's a rare thing to happen. You want to be at least in the 60s or 70s on first serves. You have to be over 50% on second serves. I think she broke a string. Sound like it.
Sure did.
Now, Jay Schweid has plenty strong for her. You know, now they have stringers. Tracy, you take care of your rackets. They do everything. The manufacturers send all the rackets to the stringer, Jay Schweid here in New York, and he does all her rackets. He'll mail them to her any place in the world. It's amazing. Now, that's a specialist type of thing as well. I mean, I was like, if I had two rackets that were the same.
They're set up in the lobby of the hotel that many of the ATP players are staying in Manhattan, just string rackets.
And also set up here. There's about 6 of them permanently here, stringing away.
Meskhi's so bright. She got burned on that same shot because she didn't hit it hard enough in the beginning of the match, and she knows exactly how much power she needs now to make it against Sabatini. Very good adjustment.
Great pursuit by Meskhi, and you're watching a real fine women's quarterfinal match on a beautiful night in New York, the National Tennis Center in Flushing Meadows, New York, and it's the U.S. Open on USA. Gabriela Sabatini losing just 13 games total in the first 4 rounds of this championship.
Well, 13 is Meskhi's favorite number.
Oh,
It's her lucky one.
that explains it. The full moon and 13.
This is her second set point. She had 1 set point already at 5-4. This is where you want to keep going for it. Even though you might want to be tentative, might be nervous.
Sabatini is just putting nothing at all in her first serve.
She's just spinning it in.
It's better than double faulting. Ooh, this is a good view of the serve at 57 miles per hour.
Long.
It definitely was long. I can't believe there wasn't a call.
Wow. I thought the lines person called it out. Apparently not. You can't tell from you can't tell from that, but from our standpoint, that clearly looked long.
Now you can tell it is out. You can see some space between the ball and the line. And umpire Tom Cook, that's his job to overrule. That's amazing.
That's so hard when you're Leila Meskhi. At this point, you just got to forget that and move on to the next point. Even though it's hard, he's not going to overrule.
She did exactly what you said, Tracy. She used it. And the way to do this when you get nervous sometimes, I know it really helped me, and I try to do this before every return serve, is to pick a spot where I want to try to hit the ball. And there's Olga Morozova, just in her head. I'm sure it's come off her head a few times. It's so exciting here tonight.
Way to hang in there for Sabatini. Mixed it up on that shot.
Well, Meskhi only 3 out of 8. She's had a chance to convert, but I think that's experience. or lack of experience on Meskhi's part, being in this situation. But if she doesn't learn one thing tonight, there's one thing I know I would feel, and that is I can play in the big leagues.
After 1 hour and 19 minutes of tennis, settle it in a tiebreak. The first set. Leila Meskhi hasn't played in very many of the Grand Slams, let alone advance this far and be successful. She's only played the French Open twice I should say. Only played Wimbledon twice. And she'll serve first in the tiebreak.
Now Meskhi surprised Sabatini coming in right off the serve. I think she should do more of that. You do have to be careful. You don't just get into a rut one way or the other. Always keep the element of surprise.
What a marvelous point.
A difficult shot for Meskhi to even get to this one. Now look what happens. Great backhand volley. Lucky to get there. Hits the top of the tape. Now bounces so close to the net that Meskhi couldn't do anything about it. Of course, there's that lob. You can just see. Look at now. It's going to be a topspin. Look how she changes her grip. Oh, do you think she knows she's lucky? Yes. Great get from Meskhi.
Now watch on this one, the ball gets lower than the net tape. And that's why she hits it in the net. You didn't get a chance to see it.
So close. I think she's worried about touching the net as well on the fall through.
There you see this second to last point again. So upset. I had that one.
That is so difficult to hit, especially the end of a point.
And touching the net at all, even on a foul through, she would lose the point, correct?
Absolutely, yes. think it split both the lines in the corner.
And it's 3-1 Meskhi.
Well, the fans are whistling. Everybody in New York whistles when they're not happy with the call. You see Jim Lair on the left and Kilmore. You see Olga saying, come on, you can do it. Stay in there. There's Katya, her daughter, below there in the lower left-hand corner of your screen.
Sabatini split the two lines on that overhead. And Meskhi hits this ball up high. Sabatini can wait to hit it shoulder length or hit that overhead. The overhead's going to be more powerful. It's a good choice there.
They'll switch ends now at 4-2 Meskhi in the first set tiebreak. First player to 7 wins. You must win by 2. I'm not sure many folks filing into Stadium Court tonight expect this type of beginning to the match.
Well, I don't think they knew who Leila Meskhi is. You know, they knew they were going to come out here on a Tuesday night, and they looked at the schedule, and they're going, I wonder who that is. And they all know who Gabriela Sabatini is.
No 44-minute pushover, is she?
This is wonderful for women's tennis.
Geez, that was a low percentage shot. Sad thing about that is if that had gone over, Meskhi was running in anyways. I think that was a battle of nerves right there. What do you think, Billy?
I agree with you, and I think Carlos wants her to go forward, so she's thinking, well, I've got to go forward, but she's not comfortable doing that.
Point Sabatini had to have, and she won it. It's 5-3 Meskhi.
She's doing the right thing, taking her time. That serve is 79 miles per hour. Just trying for a little surprise there.
There was a bigger surprise.
It's her first double fault. Not an opportune time for Meskhi.
I mentioned over and over, serving in this set hasn't meant much, and there Meskhi lost both points on her serve.
Well, this is the big point right here.
Four consecutive points for Sabatini. Make that 3 consecutive points, and it's 5-all.
Gabby gets her first set point. There's her coach, Carlos Kiermaier.
Boy, what a relief.
Now she has to win it.
That's true, but still, considering where she was.
She's won 4 straight points. By Sabatini. And she wins the last 5 points of the tiebreak and the first set. Last 5 points of the first set tiebreak. Her average time for her matches thus far in the U.S. Open is slightly more than 1 hour. Serving at 30-15. What are the emotions that run through Meskhi's mind after losing a set of that duration?
I think she cannot believe that she let the opportunity go by her. And she's such a great competitor. But let's face it, she has never been in this position. And this is the kind of match in a career that either you learn from it and get better from it, or to some people it devastates them.
Olga Morozova. Capitalism is even reached the Soviet people.
Sun did go down, didn't it?
About 4 hours ago. It's funny, every coach is wearing the same hat this week. Gabby comes in. Oh no, Meskhi comes in, and Gabby hits this little topspin angle. Meskhi was totally going the wrong way. Left too early. Billie Jean, that's what you wanted her to do all night. Take advantage of those huge ground strokes.
Absolutely, because Meskhi uses the court well. Look how close she hits to the line. Gabby's reaching out of the court. It opens up the whole court. She can either hit behind her like she does here, or go down the line as well. Keep her honest. Meskhi's got a good volley. .84 mph. That's probably the hardest serve of the evening from Sabatini.
And the little things showing over the course of this match that the big points. 10 break points now for Meskhi, and she's only won 3.
I'm sure they'll get a tape of this match and they'll go back and watch it. And she'll go through a lot of pain, but it'll make her better. Won't do it again next time. It's okay, it's the right thing to do. Also, Meskhi's one of those players that really chokes up on her racket, very similar to Zina Garrison. And she's not very tall anyway, and then she's choking up on that racket.
What would be the reason for that?
Just for control, same as you would in baseball. Leadoff batter will hit it just to get a base hit. They're not going for the grand slam home run.
Meskhi lost the break point, and Sabatini holds to start the second set. And here Bill is Meskhi at 15 love. And now 15 all in the first set.
15 all.
Meskhi won more points than Sabatini. She won 2 more total points, but no justice on the scoreboard.
And just think if she converted when she had the opportunity.
She didn't win one of the 2 points she needed to win. 2 set points she had.
Now that error was, I think, a mental breakdown. It's so tough to come out in the second set after you lost the first set in a tiebreaker after struggling and fighting for it for an hour and a half.
And remember, Meskhi was up 5-2 in the tiebreak.
Meskhi ran Sabatini from side to side, and Billie Jean, we've heard in the past so many times how Sabatini's fitness has been suspect.
Well, Carlos is having her run now. In fact, before the Open, she was running 7 days a week, which I think is probably a little much, but still trying to improve her stamina.
If you were going to say that Sabatini would play an hour and a half first set to a tiebreak against a good player, most people would say, hey, she's not going to win.
Sabatini, I think Carlos is actually winking at the camera. No coaching. I don't think that was a coaching play.
Well, it's 1-1 now in the second set.
This backhand is what set this play up. Gabby's way out of court. She does the right thing by throwing up the lob. But Meskhi hits a great overhead. She sets up, gets on balance, and then reaches up.
Whoa, she
flips the wrist over.
She was really deep on that overhead. Didn't realize how deep. We saw the ISO.
You know, Billie Jean, I know Gabby used to run with her previous coach, Angel Jimenez, because I saw her in Amelia Island running as well. But I wonder if the motion of her stroke, she uses so much extra motion on every single shot and has to work so hard for every shot, whether that is what makes her tired.
I think it certainly does contribute to it. She's so inefficient. Also, she's inefficient on her serve as well as her ground strokes. So she does have to expend much more energy.
Yet when you get to a tiebreak like the first set, how much for her is better fitness and how much might be the work in the mind, better mind strength?
I think running and being physically fit really helps your mind to stay strong. I think when you start getting tired, it affects your mind, or vice versa. If your mind's not good,
your concentration goes.
Mm-hmm.
For that shot because she put it in the right place. Look at all that extra motion. The ball was short, so Meskhi came into the net. Oh, we're showing her extra motion there. Now, you know what I really want to point out is that Gabriela Sabatini is on her back foot when she finishes the shot most of the time, whereas Meskhi is on her front foot, so all of the power and all of the energy is going forward. Great shot. Now let's watch Gabriela hit this shot. She's leaning on her back foot when she hits, and all of her energy is going towards her left. It's not going forward. Whereas you see Meskhi, everything is going forward. She steps on that front foot. Gabby uses so much extra energy.
And what she does do on her forehand, as Billy G mentioned earlier, she does turn her shoulders and her torso through the forehand, which she doesn't do on her serve.
Yes, but what Tracy pointed out is the direction of her torso. You want your belly button to go towards the target, and what she does is going across, is going to her left.
Exactly. Prize tactic again.
Sabatini has an excellent backhand volley.
She set it up with the serve. She didn't use as much pace, but it was a heavy topspin, and it was up high on Meskhi, and she could only return it up high, and Gabby put the volley away. See how high it bounces.
On Gabby's backhand, sometimes she will go forward and have her weight go transfer to her front foot. That's why it's her best shot, especially the backhand down the line. She tends to stay over the ball better and hit through it.
You basically have to plant on that backhand side, though, because you're using that front arm, and you have no choice. Whereas on that forehand, you can just twist around. There's Jim Lear, sports psychologist, and Carlos Kiermaier on the right in the yellow, Gabriela Sabatini's coach.
I think Carlos is getting a few gray hairs tonight.
It's a new job for him.
He's very patient. It's a good thing.
look at this replay here, Meskhi hits a nice forehand, and on this shot she chooses to run around her forehand and hit a backhand. That shows you right there which shot she's more comfortable with.
And Meskhi wins the break point and gets herself back in the match in the second set. First point with Meskhi up a break at 2-1 second set.
Meskhi needs to stay up and go up and out. She bends at her waist.
We're getting wonderful views tonight from the MetLife blimp, circling over the National Tennis Center. We'll watch this Love 30 point from the blimp. Another one that Meskhi thought was well out. That was pretty badly out.
Definitely out. And we have a different lines person, by the way, than we had before, so you can't say it's the same person.
Right.
Same line, different person.
Correct.
That is not a job I would want to have, though.
Oh,
That's
the
tough.
worst.
That is tough.
Meskhi's hit every overhead in the same place tonight. She hasn't varied it once, if my recall is correct. She hits every overhead down the middle to Gabby's forehand side about 4 or 5 feet from the middle. And those are the things that players keep track of. And as the match progresses and they start to get to a few more shots, that's some of the reasoning behind it. They keep track. How does Sabatini play as you look at
Olga Morozova again in the Soviet box. How does Sabatini play the low ball now? Something she, again, earlier in her career was said to have trouble doing.
Backhand, she's all right because she has a nice natural slice. Forehand, she has trouble because she has that severe Western grip on the forehand, and it's hard to open the face of the racket. You tend to cover the ball with a closed racket face. You have to really get up to the ball.
And also her backswing is so high. It's tough to get it back down low again.
Every time Meskhi's gotten in a position to do some damage, she lets up. How do you like that grip on the return, Tracy? Well, there's the match right there. 3 out of 8 for Sabatini, only 4 for 13.
And Sabatini breaks back to 2-all in the second set.
Gabby comes in off that soft serve. Delicate touch. She's excited about that one.
Well, about 90% of the time, Meskhi's trying to hit cross-court forehands, and Gabby's onto that.
In the first set, most of the long games and the battles were on Sabatini's serve. She'd like to get a few easier games going. Billie Jean, I wish you would get more involved emotionally in this.
She hit that overhead in the same place again. That's the reason Sabatini can make a play on it every time. She throws up a lob, she moves right over to the center because she knows she can get a forehand. And Meskhi's got to keep track of that, so she changes the angle of her overhead as well. I think Meskhi's a little tired now.
She looks a little dejected.
She looks mentally and emotionally exhausted. And it's a tough first set to lose, being up 5-2 in the tiebreak.
And Sabatini holds. We are on serve in the second set.
Can you play the Kriegstein?
He gives it right back, though.
Yes, he sure does.
That's why we love to dish it out to him.
We're on serve in the second set. 2 hours and 1 minute into this match. Here's a interesting note. 2 hours and 1 minute of this match. Steffi Graf has played 4 matches in the U.S. Open thus far, a total of 4 hours and 7 minutes. We're halfway there in this one match alone.
Well, the only Grand Slam title Sabatini's ever won is doubles with Steffi Graf, 88 Wimbledon.
Her second best showing was in '88. She got to the finals here at the U.S. Open, losing to Steffi Graf. There you see Meskhi has 34 unforced errors. I think it's creeped up more in this set. She looks a little disheartened.
Now this is a crucial game for her. Sabatini's gained some momentum. Winner's nearly even. But now 3 break points. Oh, she mishit at the net. Overhit. And Sabatini is up a break.
Now that right there was a mental lapse. She had the easy shot, but I think, as we talked about before, she's mentally and physically tired at this point. She's lost 10 of the last 11 points.
Finally! That's the appropriate overhead. The easiest overhead if you're right-handed. This is the one you want to learn. This is the Australians taught me. Hit that off angle. Don't give them a second opportunity to stay in the point.
If Meskhi is indeed getting mentally and physically tired, is that a compliment to Sabatini that she is hanging in?
Absolutely, but I think it also tells you that Sabatini has truly had more experience in these situations, and she knows how to cope and how to hang in. You need to be in these matches to learn that process. Because this match, no matter what the outcome, is going to change Meskhi's career for the rest of her life. It's a real important occasion for her.
You know, if I was Meskhi's coach, if she doesn't end up winning this match, I still would say it's such a positive in her career. It's the best she's done in a Grand Slam, and she's taken, you know, taken it to Gabby.
You're absolutely correct.
Such a good match, and it's such a positive.
Well, her coach is back in the Soviet Union in the hospital, so hopefully they'll get a tape to send back so he can watch Tim Fukuya, who played when I was on the tour.
But where's her husband? Is her husband here?
Yes, her husband is
Okay.
with her. She got married July 18th, 1989. And I can see why she kept her maiden name.
We're still trying to figure out how to pronounce it.
Katerina Maleva in the locker room before the match how to say her name, and it's Nadi Baidza. It sounds very easy, but there's all sorts of letters in there.
It's a Vanna special.
It took me about 10 minutes to learn that.
Well, there's the story of the match from Leila Meskhi's standpoint. 2 more break points she was not able to convert.
Leila started playing tennis at 9 years of age. Her parents do not play tennis. Broke a string.
And Meskhi wins a break point finally, and we're back on serve in the second set.
When I drink it, I just think of the ocean, I think of the beach.
It's just the feeling.
It's so refreshing. It's just tingling. Oh, good.
It's like 4th of July in your mouth.
I don't know what they've done to take nature and make it its best, but they did
There's
it.
no additives, no preservatives, no sugars. It's juice, it's simple, it's worth it. Comes in a 4-pack. I wish it came in a 6-pack or a 12-pack.
Sundance, it just sings.
Hi, Mom. Thank you. It's great. You were right again.
Sundance, for all the right reasons.
Young tennis stars nowadays.
Yeah, these teenage heartthrobs.
With their long hair.
And their loud music.
And their flashy colors. I don't know what it is about them. Personally, I prefer a man with a little more experience.
What a night this has turned out to be on Stadium Court. A great battle between the 5th seed, Gabriela Sabatini, and Soviet Leila Meskhi. And we're back on serve in the second set, although serve hasn't meant an awful lot. Sabatini's really cleaned her game up in this set. Just 5 errors. And now 17 for Meskhi.
Where she had 23 in the first set, and Meskhi had 22. The difference is in Sabatini's game.
Well, Gabby has a great backhand volley. She always turns very well on it. Look at the shoulder turn. Got under the ball well, put some backspin on it. She's got good touch off that backhand side.
Meskhi's been broken 5 times in the match, same as Sabatini. You mentioned it right up top, and Billie Jean, is so true. Her serve right now appears to be her Achilles.
It is. She's going to be working on that in the future.
Now she spun that one in.
First thing.
Naturally.
Sabatini was going to run around her backhand so much that Mileva, here you see it, went for the serve down the middle.
Well, that's the right serve to do. Someone's running around the backhand that much. Yesterday when I was out hitting, Meskhi was practicing next to where I was hitting, and she was practicing with Savchenko's coach.
She can't believe she hit it in the net. She did the right thing.
I like that
Ballet at the end.
Yeah, it's very nice. Nice little hopping there.
She comes in, she keeps her racket head up. The problem is that she pulls everything down. She hits too much down on the ball, and she can't quite believe it. Barishnikov.
Plie, please. And Meskhi knows she walked a tightrope and survived 3 break points. And she has found some calm at deuce.
What a fighter. Look at the determination Meskhi still possesses at this time in the match. And a lot of players would have given up a long time ago.
I think Meskhi has tapped into her reserve tank. She's got a little more bounce and running some balls down.
Also, Gabriela, you can hear her grunting more, putting more effort into every shot the last couple of points. She wants to get this match over with.
Gabriela seems to be going to power.
I was just thinking about that, you know, if anything, she should maybe flatten her strokes out on some of her shots to try to get more power. Because when you have so much excessive topspin, you take away some of that power. And even though the topspin is effective, sometimes you want to have that hard, flat, paced ball.
That's right, because when it hits, it keeps going. forward, it penetrates. Whereas that topspin slows down the ball and allows people to run it down sometimes.
Great point for Sabatini.
Gabriela put her finger up. She thought it was out. Now watch Meskhi on this shot. She puts everything into that. Everything's going forward. She comes in, runs around her backhand, or runs around her forehand, hits it on the line. She pumps herself up. Gabby says, out.
Nice try, Gabby.
And it's deuce.
I remember talking to Gabriela Sabatini when she was 14 years old down at Marco Island, and she was telling me how she wanted to be #1 so much. And it would be great if she could make that breakthrough. And some of Tracy's comments tonight, I think she should listen to about hitting flatter and being more aggressive and getting a better serve.
Developing one huge weapon. 5th break point. She gets it.
Double fault.
Her second double fault. The other one came in the first set tiebreaker.
And now Gabriela Sabatini will serve for the match. And a berth in the semifinals. Mary Jo Fernandez got there this afternoon.
Leila shocked. She thought the ball was wide and didn't even really make an attempt to return it.
Meskhi's got some bad calls tonight.
Here's a look.
Not even close.
Wow. And she easily could have played the ball.
That's the same lady that was on the baseline before.
You're right.
She's gotten a lot of television time tonight.
That's amazing.
Meskhi is a fighter. She never says die. Your Gabby right here, you want to close it out on your serve.
Sabatini is still winning a higher percentage of her points on her second serve than on her first serve. Still, after nearly 2 sets.
So that's very unusual.
is such a great shot. She opens the court up with that backhand cross court. Here we see it right here, and Gabby hits it again cross court. She steps into the court. So aggressive. Hits it with authority.
It's just like yours, Trace. No, you hit that same sequence.
One of my favorites.
That's why you love it.
Meanwhile, it's Sabatini with her back to the wall has managed to keep winning big points. She just saved one, now another. Not there. And Sabatini serving for the match is broken. He's serving after staying alive in the match with a service break.
Reflexes in this point. Meskhi had to be quick here, and Gabriela even quicker there. But Gabriela stayed at the net, kept on the offense. Meskhi was moving backwards.
And there have been some terrific points in this match. Two points from the match for Sabatini.
Sabatini has her brother Oswaldo traveling with her now. They're very, very close. She's very close to her family.
He must be Oswaldo Jr., because that's Dad's name, too.
Right. That wasn't him.
No, but Dickie Dell, her agent, was there at the bottom left. Meskhi just kept coming forward on that. But she knew where the face of the racket was. That's it. She really feels the ball. She knows where the face of the racket is at all times. Excellent. Look at that grip from Sabatini.
There you go.
Wow.
Sabatini's lost her concentration here a little. She's starting to feel tight. She's getting anxious.
Almost like she wants Meskhi to give it to her.
She does. You're right, Tracy.
She's worked so hard and so long, but you got to continue to just go for it. Play to win. First match point for Gabriela Sabatini after almost 2.5 hours.
You're so right about the big points. Many of them in this match Meskhi has lost, as opposed to Sabatini winning them. that's nice. The folks at Stadium Court rising to applaud a fabulous match.
I think the difference, experience. I think that's why Sabatini came through. She was able to convert on the big...